Hello and welcome to France 24. I'm Aurora Dupuy and we're broadcasting live from Paris. These are the headlines. Free and home for New Year's. 24 Palestinian prisoners have been released. Israeli authorities decided to free them as part of peace efforts brokered by the US. Fears of further suicide bombings are spreading in Russia. 2 blasts ripped through the city of Volgograd in just 24 hours, killing more than 30 people. Russian and sports officials insist, though, that Sochi, the site for the upcoming Olympic Games, is, quote, completely safe. And clashes between South Sudanese troops and rebel fighters have broken out in the flashpoint town of Bor. Youths loyal to the former vice president have reportedly burnt down houses in nearby villages and forced thousands to flee. They spent up to 3 decades behind bars. Now, 26 Palestinian prisoners have been released. Israel agreed to free them as part of a deal brokered by the US, perhaps a step closer towards direct peace talks. That's what the US Secretary of State John Kerry is hoping for anyway. He's due to travel to the region for the 10th time on New Year's Day to continue with peace efforts. Carl Brown reports. Now, today many of you will be celebrating the New Year, so it's time for France 24 to take a look back at the main trends that took place in 2013. For more on this, let's bring in our foreign affairs analyst, Armin Georgian. Armin, the first hot topic of the year is the Middle East, and many commentators are talking about the US disengagement. Tell us more about that.
Well, of course, the US is still very active on the Israeli-Palestinian process.
Beefing up security in Russia. Just 6 weeks ahead of the Winter Olympics in Sochi, the United States has offered to share information with Russian security forces about possible terrorist threats. Now, the State Department says both countries should work together to provide safety to athletes and spectators. It's expected to warn American travellers about potential hostage takings near the North Caucasus region, where an Islamist insurgency is suspected of carrying out a wave of violence. 2 suicide attacks ripped through the city of Volgograd in less than 24 hours, leaving more than 30 people dead. Catherine Viet has the latest. And we're going to take a short break now, just enough time to check the weather forecast, but do stay tuned to France 24 because Focus is coming up shortly. We'll travel to the Faroe Islands, where we'll tune in to its symphony orchestra that's gearing up for the annual New Year concert. And that's it from me. I'll be seeing you in 2014, so have a great new year. In the meantime, my colleague Shona Bhattacharya is taking over with more news. She'll be focusing on Syria's chemical weapons as the deadline for their removal has expired. Do stay tuned to France 24.